What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining Jab Unity's Conscience Network. We're here with a very special guest again, and always we have a special guest every season, every episode. We have the amazing hometown, my boy, who I met on band in 7th grade, right?
7th grade.
Brandi Pastel. Everyone, welcome, Brandi Pastel. Woohoo!
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
All right, cool. So, first off, we got to go to the basics. You know what I'm saying? We got to let the viewers know who is Brandi Pastel. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your story? Where do you come from? You know what I'm saying? Who is Brandi Pastel?
Brandi Pastel is a complex individual.
Oh, shit.
I come from Newark, California.
Shout out to
I've been all around the Bay. I've been living in Oakland for the past couple years.
Hell yeah.
And, I think I'm a contradiction in some ways. I'm kind of a quiet guy, but, in the right environment, I can get loud, I can get rowdy.
Hell yeah.
I have a very calm energy, but at the same time, I got a lot of energy. So, I feel like a lot of people are that way. Is like, there's always the question of, are you an introvert, extrovert? Yeah. It's like, yes, the answer is yes to both. It just depends on the situation, the mood, or whatever. And that's how I feel. It can't be pinned down to one.
Okay, I love that. What inspired your name, Brandi Pastel? Because that's not your government.
Yep, government name's Brandon. You're gonna have to do some
you
research for the last name. But honestly, being a Brandon, it's not my favorite name.
Okay, what?
It's like I wish I would have something with a little more flavor, something that didn't feel so European. But at the same time, being Brandon, such a basic name, no one ever gave me a cool nickname. What? It was like B Rad. That's just the same letters, just kind of mixed around.
Yeah,
Brandy's not too far off, but I don't know. It just kind of stuck with me. It's different enough. But I think I had a group of homegirls who I was always at their house, and I was real comfortable with them. And they're like, "You're one of the girls. You're Brandi." I'm like, bet, I'll own it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that.
And the pastel.
The pastel. I try to be like a colorful individual because life could be dull. But there's different types of colorful. Like there's rainbow colorful,
but there's pastel.
It's very bright. I feel like pastel is like
it's
you gotta kind of look closely.
That's like a calming number fucking color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. They're calming. I think they're beautiful, but they're like subtle.
Subtle. That's another good word for it. Subtle. Not too much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like for me personally, sometimes pastels could be a little bit too little though. You know what I'm saying? Not strong enough sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
light.
What I'm saying? So pastel's definitely for a certain type of energy and mood, but as a creative, our creatives, man, you can do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly,
I love that. Brandi Pastel. What does Brandi Pastel do?
Man, I honestly I like to be with my people.
Okay.
Like, people always ask that question, especially like first dates, that type of thing. And then I think, and I'm like, I don't really be doing anything, but that's just because like I'm just hanging out, like talking about the world, my problems, whatever, like with my homies. And like my two roommates are really good friends of mine too. So sometimes I get off work and we're just chopping it up.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So, but like, what creative thing you do? Or what multiple things creatively do you do? If you do multiple things creatively.
Well, like you said in the beginning, like we met in band. I've always been into music at different levels, but I'm starting to get back into playing instruments. So I played the trumpet, the French horn when I was in band. As soon as I graduated, they're like, we need that shit back. So I didn't have that, but picked up a guitar, picked up the bass. Still a novice at it, but it's nice like being able to really like, I don't know, tap in with like certain sounds or even like chord changes. Like I've been like really looking into which like chords have like certain emotions. So I'm like, okay, as I'm playing piano, I could be like, okay, I want this to sound like this, which has been really cool. Other than that, I'll be riding my bike, smoking a lot of cannabis.
Hey, by the way, should we smoke something right now?
I like the sound of that. I was actually about to light up on my way here, and then I was like, you know what? I'll wait. There was a reason. There was something to wait for.
Hey, shout out to Blues Buzz. We smoking Blues Buzz right now. And every time. All right. Bet. All right.
Take your time. Take your time.
So what? So what inspired you to do what you're doing?
I think there's a couple of different things, but I've thought about this, and one thing that I noticed kind of like after I started doing it was like honestly like growing up, I wasn't like that good at talking. Like, cause I have a stutter, which I've gotten pretty good at hiding it.
I haven't noticed.
Yeah,
and
so
I've
a lot
known
of
you
people
for
don't know.
a very long time. Oh, I kind of remember a stutter, but like I didn't think anything of it. You know, like everyone stutters every now and then.
Right, right. Like it was bad to a point where like in elementary school, I was like in like different speech therapies.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah, sometimes I just wouldn't feel comfortable talking, or I literally couldn't do it. And all rap is talking. So it was like kind of crazy that I picked the one thing that I felt like I wasn't really good at. Like when I'm in the right mood and like whatever, it's like stutters are weird. It's like low key seasonal. I feel like there'll be like a couple months where it's like I feel like I'll be in social situations and I just like can't talk. But other times it's like everything I want to say just comes out so easily. So it was like when I could talk, I feel like I could talk. I could put words together the way I like pretty eloquently, but sometimes I can't. So
no, you got bars, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. So I think the music was a cool way for me to write, which like besides journaling, which I haven't really done, like that is kind of my journal.
What's journaling to you like? Like, can you explain that? Because I want like people have been telling me that they started journaling, and I want to get into journaling because like not even to write about like what happened that day. Sometimes I want to wake up and write my goals. You know what I'm saying? Like and remind myself. That's how I do that, but I don't do it consistently. Where I call it journaling, I call that like seasonally checking in on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But like, what is journaling to you? If you're okay to talk about that.
Yeah, it could look at like pretty different for like a lot of people, but I feel like just in general, like for me, I use a pretty loose definition. Like I think writing anything down, that isn't, like a text message or an action to someone else, like writing some down just for yourself is kind of journaling. And I feel like there's really like a power in writing because it's like there's things that I'll be thinking about to myself, and then like I kind of forget it, or it's not that strong, or I don't really develop on it. But like the thing that I've thought, like I'll vocalize it to someone, and then that's already like, okay, like I said it out loud, now I like really remember it. But if I write something down, then even more so, it's like, okay, like that word really means something to me, because words are always going through your head, but like there's only so many things that you're gonna write down. So sometimes I simply just recap the day, and it's easy to forget like all the things that happened or how you felt about a certain thing. But I like what you said about goals, because that's another thing that I'm trying to do. Like I try to have like a daily and a weekly to-do list, even if it's just the littlest shit. Like I need to clean my cat's litter box. Like that's some shit I need to do.
You have a cat?
Like I got 2 cats.
Yeah,
I'm a father now.
Ladies.
As of just about a year, but I'm accepting all baby mamas. Well, and that would mean the cats. Never mind, but anyways, stepmoms. That's what.
You know how there's different dog breeds, or is there different cat breeds? I'm pretty. There has to be different cat breeds, right?
There are, but like no one really cares.
No one cares.
Like they're just like, oh yeah, that's
orange.
orange.
Know some names?
Like Siamese.
What the fuck is that? What kind of cats are those?
Like you have to see it, but yeah, it's like I think that might be the one that's hairless.
Oh,
could be wrong.
Shit. Those?
No, that might be a different one. But yeah, there's like there's the rat ones, and then there's like orange, black, mixed. But like, yeah. Other than that, like, yeah, no one gives a fuck. They're like, oh, it's an orange cat.
Too much. All right. Anyways, okay, cool. So you have 2 cats.
Yep. And honestly, like, I think having those cats have just made me like look at life a little differently.
How so?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is like life is so serious for us, like adults in the United States. Like, there's so much shit happening in the world. Yeah. And I look at these guys and like all they care about is playing and eating. It's like, they're not worried about all this
culture
stuff. Yeah.
Culture, bro. That's crazy, huh? Yeah, because I go to Mexico all the time, and like the vibe out there is different. Like, you have a full days of work, right? But you take it at your speed, or the speed needed to be, but a lot of the times it's at your speed, you know what I'm saying? Which is dope. And there's always work, you know what I'm saying? So, that's dope. And then it feels a lot slower. You know what I'm saying? Like here, like you got this amount of time to do this amount of time to do that, this amount of time over there too. I mean, I don't live there like that, but like when I'm out there, you know what I'm saying? Like we have tasks, and then like it seems like there's more time over there for some reason because it moves slower. You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's more time to do stuff out there.
I feel like everything for us is kind of a math problem. Like especially for companies, it's like, how can I maximize your time? How can I maximize our profits? Like you need to be here for 8 hours, maybe 9, and crank it out. Other places are like, yeah, just get that shit done whenever, and you're fine.
Yeah, that's crazy. What day job do you got going on right now? Do you have a day job?
I work in affordable housing.
Oh, that's beautiful. For like first time home buyers or like renters?
For renters, like we work a lot with Section 8. We specifically rehabilitate housing that's already affordable. So something that's like kind of in shitty condition or like really old or doesn't have like anything, you know, like nice, like any like resident services or like, you know, stuff for them to do. And then we add those resident services, put in new like appliances, all that, and like add in new management.
That's dope. I used to work in, I don't know if it was Section 8, but or is not every project is considered Section 8, right?
No, there's there's like a million different programs.
I used to work at the Jungle. You know where that is?
In Marin?
Yeah, in Marin City. Hey, that's game. So shout out to everyone. Like there's a place in Marin City called the Jungle, right? And that's like, I don't know if that's affordable housing, but they call it the PJs, right? So I was working there in the front office, you know, accepting rent, you know, or handling phone calls for like broken pipes or whatever, you know. And it was a part-time job, but I met people that knew Tupac.
Because he was out there.
He was out there for a little bit, right? So I was very excited. I was like, yo, like, what was Tupac like? What was Tupac like? And the women would describe him like, oh, he was a very confident, passionate guy, right? And a lot of the guys were like, oh, he's a hothead, So it was really cool to see different perspectives on Tupac, because I'm a Tupac fan, but you know, like, so I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's the same, if they're under affordable housing, but like, it was a vibe over there, bro. Like it was crazy, and it felt good working there though. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to help out people. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people there were hella cool, funny, you know, an energy. So,
yeah, I think like the good and sometimes bad thing about like those buildings is like it's just hella people all living together. Like you go through the same lobby.
Like a dorm campus lightweight.
Yeah. You know and so it's like, you know, obviously if there's funk on there, if there's something weird, like things could happen real quickly.
Bro,
but at the same time,
away, bro, you walking distance.
Yeah, exactly. And people know where you live and all that. But like if things are good, like you really got a village, like a community of like hella people that are right.
So how are you in all that though? Like what do you do specifically? Like what's your day to day?
I'm on the acquisitions team, so it's kind of like someone will be putting that building up for sale, like some kind of Section 8 building.
Okay.
And then we try to do the math to evaluate how much do they want for it, how much is it worth, and like is this profitable for us, and like is this something we could do? And then if it is, we bid on it like just a regular like real estate transaction, and then we make sure it gets like all the amenities, everything it needs. We'll start managing it, and then we own the building. Wow. So it's like it'll still be all the like the same people in there, but yeah, we'll like redo everything and then add in stuff.
That's cool. That's fire. That's fire. I love that. So who are there specific artists when you were younger? You're like, whoa, I kind of want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be in that level or be in that energy. You know what I'm saying? Not like them, but like, you know what I'm saying? Is there like artists growing up you're like, yo, I want to live that lifestyle?
Damn. I feel like I've thought about these are the questions people always get asked. I feel like one movement that I was really fucking heavy with is like the pro era, like Joey Badass, Capital Steez, and all that, because it's like they really was like bringing back lyricism. I mean, not that it was dead, but it was like that.
It was a little harder to find, I guess. Or like, or maybe like that top tier, in my opinion, because everything's opinionated, obviously. But like the pro era, they were going crazy, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like they like they had songs that were like hella hard, but at the same time, like there's so many gems, like when you listen to it, and it was like pretty like pure. I feel like
for sure. I mean, R.I.P. Capital Steez, bro. But like he was raw as fuck, bro.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites,
You know what I'm
honestly.
saying? And he doesn't have a lot of music out. He has a good amount, but not a
Yeah.
lot. You know what I'm saying? Not compared to a lot of other artists.
And then the thing about him is like some of those songs are like American Corruption, his album. Like you could look like at that as a certain kind of like Bible. Like there's just so many gems and like
sure.
good lines and like good thoughts.
For sure.
And I feel like that's like one thing that's important to me because, you know, there's music for like all different functions. Sometimes you're just trying to party, so you want something that brings up the energy, gets you excited. But sometimes like you're just very reflective. You need to think about something, or you're going through something. You need to dwell on an emotion. So like to be able to have music for like each stage of your life is like what it's all about.
Yeah, music to me is memories. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? When a specific song goes on, I'm like, oh, this was 2006. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro, I was in second grade when this came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro, I was in college when this came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, music has memories to me, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? I really love how that feels. But that's dope. That's dope. That's hella dope. All right. So what's an ideal 24 hours for Brandi Pastel? Like, you wake up. What's your perfect day?
Perfect day. Wake up. I'll probably roll something up. I'll just like get my thoughts out for the day of like, okay, like what am I actually trying to do? Am I trying to chill? Am I trying to accomplish anything? I'll make some breakfast. A couple of different things. Might be oatmeal. Might be some like shrimp and grits, eggs and bacon, classic. Probably watch some anime or some kind of show because I have the time. I'm not.
What anime?
Watching. Right now, I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay,
you ever seen that?
I have not seen that one, but I hear a lot of people talking
Crazy.
about that.
I mean, the thing about shows in general is like, oh yeah, you have to see that one. There's a lot you should see, but you haven't seen everything.
For me,
that one though is put that on your list.
Fuck with anime was a very late one, but a good time one. Attack on Titan. My friend, he was like, "Yo, you gotta watch this shit." I was like, "All right, fuck it." You know what I'm saying? It was during college. I was open to it. And I gave it a shot. I was like, yo, that shit was deep, sad, bro, dramatic. It was insane, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it brings you to a whole different world, but it's like a fucked up world. Like, I mean, usually anime isn't too happy. There's always some kind of.
I mean, I seen Tokyo
like
Ghoul too. That was crazy.
I didn't see that.
You gotta watch that one, bro. You gotta watch that one. I fuck with Hunter x Hunter.
That's one of my favorites. I still haven't finished it though.
I haven't finished it. The thing is, my issue is I don't finish anime. It's so bad. So bad. Like I didn't finish Attack on Titan. I mean, like midway to the second season, and I stopped.
Why is it though? Like you were just doing other things, or you're just like, eh?
I think a lot of times when I watch it, I'm hella high, and I just get tired of reading. Like, I don't feel like reading.
That's fair.
Yeah, you know. So, but the thing is, I like reading it though because I feel like the words are more meaningful when you read it. You know what I'm saying? Like when the dub, that's the English version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the dub version comes out, I'm like, wait a minute. Or I don't know if I realized it, but my homie who put me on, he was like, I like the sub version because I feel like they have a better or not like they have better vocabulary or like the way they say
it usually
things,
doesn't
you know
match
what I'm
up.
saying? Like it doesn't really match up. So with the way they say things like in writing is way more deeper than what they say in that when if it's you know sub or dubbed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I definitely feel that. But then on like argument for dub is I feel like sometimes, I mean, it depends on if like voice actors are good or not is always a factor. But like, I mean, sometimes like all the time you can't really get emotion from reading. I guess you kind of hear their voice in Japanese or whatever. Yeah. But like, yeah, you can't get the emotion, and then also the timing's off because I read the whole sentence and then he said it, you know, so I already know what.
Could be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, especially when there's some action happening, and then it's like, oh, I already.
Growing up, I seen Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and what's this other one that I saw? It's later than that too. Fuck, I was just thinking about it. So like animes like those. Oh, Naruto. So I saw those growing up in dubbed, right? So now if I revisit it, it has to be dubbed because that's I don't know. I tried doing a sub, and I was like, nah, I want to hear.
You already know what it's like.
I already know what it's like, right? But for new ones, I don't want to try dub. I just want to go straight to sub. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not one of those shows where you can't look away. You know, what I'm saying? You have to be looking at the screen the whole time. You know.
Yeah, it's another thing too. I think that's part of the reasons why I wouldn't finish things sometimes because then it's like, okay, like I want to put my full attention into this because it's such like an interesting story, But then if I have to read it, like depending on where I'm at, it's like, nah, I want to kind of be on my phone, or I want to be cooking over here.
Exactly. Anyway, so my bad. I hell interrupted your 24 hours.
Oh yeah, watch some TV. I've been looking a lot into like mindfulness in a lot of different ways. One way is through meditation. So like I try to do it every day. When I say try, I mean that usually ends up being like 3 days a week.
That's still
But
good though.
yeah, I be doing it,
The
and it's
more
like
the
even at like 10 or 15 minutes, it's like after like I could just feel a lot more calm, or just like a lot more focused. Or even if like I do it and I'm like intentionally trying to like plan my day, it's really helpful, because I'm realizing like there's like no time where you're like really still besides like when you're about to go to sleep. That's, if you're not tired but you're trying to go to sleep, that's the one time you're like you're not doing anything but you're awake. And it's like we try to move so much through life, and we're going from this and this and this. Just like even if you sit down for like 2 minutes and like you just sit, no music, not on your phone, and just think, then you get a lot of good shit out of it. So try to do that for like 10, 15 minutes at least. Try to stretch, do some yoga.
Stretching is very important. I don't stretch enough, and I'm not that flexible, which is not good. But stretching is very, very important for your health.
Man, like just in general, I felt invincible until I was like 19. And then I was like, damn, if I don't stretch, if I don't sleep, if I don't do certain things, I feel worse. And it's just getting worse every year.
It is.
Yeah.
You got to take care of it now. So this is one thing I tell everyone, and I saw it through social media, and I was like, this young person asking your old person, like, what advice would you give your younger self? And he was like, it's easier to stay in shape than get into shape. And I was like, I like that. Because that means you got to be consistent throughout your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least trying to find a way to stay in shape. And then if, the thing is for me, last year I went to the gym from January to October.
Okay,
right?
okay.
January to, I didn't finish the whole year, unfortunately.
It was the holiday season, November, December.
Bro, it's hard to go. I mean, there's no excuses, but it's you want to celebrate. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, like I went from January to October, and I haven't been since. You know what I'm saying? So I need to get back in there. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to be consistent, because I don't want to, because it's hard to get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You might as well stay in shape, and I feel like staying in shape is a good idea.
Yeah, and it's all a thing of habit too, because like it's like you get in the mindset when you're going to the gym regularly. It's just like that's already built into your day. It's like, okay, I haven't gone to the gym this week. I need to go, like, because I always go 4 times a week. Yeah. But then when you're not doing it, it's like the same thing but converse. It's like, well, I'm so used to, like, when I don't go to the gym, I get all of these things done. So it's like, like it takes so much more for you to go if you're like not already going. So it's like, I think that goes back to what like that quote. It's like if you're already in shape, that's probably because you have like a mindset and a lifestyle that keeps you healthy. But if you're trying to like get back to it, it's like you got to change something about what you're doing,
and you got to translate that into other perspectives too. Like more like that's physical workout, consistency, but there's also mental consistency, emotional consistency. There's a lot of different consistencies you got to keep up, but that's what makes it hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope. I love that. Hell yeah. So you meditate? What time would you meditate? Like after you've done everything else before? Like what time is it now you're meditating?
Honestly, it's really just a time that I can remember it.
Okay.
Like if it's a weekend, it'll probably be like more towards the morning, like before or after breakfast.
Your ideal 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be in the morning.
Ideally, I'm on a weekend. Yeah,
okay,
I'm chilling.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
working. Yeah. So do that in the morning and really like try to get to some art for a couple hours. I definitely have ADHD. It's hard for me to focus. So even like when I do sit down and create, like sometimes like I'm sitting down and creating for 15 minutes and then I go on my phone and then I text these people and It's like, so I'm like trying to find the balance in that, but I'm like if I say I'm doing this with my time, I want to be actually doing that. So yeah, I'm trying to refocus. So yeah, anyways, going back to 24, I'd be cranking it out, playing piano for a little bit, freestyling, writing. I mean, writing is probably the most fun for me.
Do you journal?
I've been getting back into it. Okay. My last journal was like a daily thing, so it was like 2023. So I need to buy a new one.
What's journaling for you? Like, what is that to you? Journaling, because everyone journals differently, right?
Yeah, we touched on that.
Yeah. Oh, we did touch on that, huh?
Yeah, we did. But yeah, no, honestly, to reiterate though, like, I'm just trying to like get down my thoughts, like when I write, because I don't be writing outside of that. Everything's on the computer. I be sending emails, but yeah, so write a little bit, like music, but sometimes journal. I've been kind of bad at texting, so text my friends. Like I need to set a time for that. Like I be taking walks and like walking for like an hour. Half of it's just
so you like
smelling the flowers.
On your ideal day.
Yeah, exactly. Just because I'll be bullshitting during the week. It's like I get off work and I just spent all that time working, and then I'm like talking to my partners. I eat, and then it's already 11. It's like, okay. So yeah. The weekend I try to like be productive whenever I can, and usually towards the night I like to go out if I don't have something I'm trying to do at home, like create or smoke weed at home, because I like to do that everywhere, but sometimes you want to be at home, sometimes you don't. So I've been going to a lot more electronic shows, like techno, house, things of that nature. Still love hip hop. Haven't really been as much in like the rock scene or like indie shows, but I think those in general just, I guess, don't come as often. Like there's someone DJing every day. So yeah.
Okay, so what would you tell the viewers who are interested in doing creative stuff like you? Like, what advice would you give them? Like, how can they start?
I feel like you just got to go and do it like open-minded and try to like be yourself. I know that's what everyone says, but everyone complains about like music sounding all the same.
Well, the thing is finding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing is, what I was talking to some people about this. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like I was talking to people about like who you are, right? You got to find yourself. So like you learn about yourself as you grow up. You learn through your mistakes, unfortunately, because like you don't want to make mistakes to learn, but you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like if a mistake happens, it's meant for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just say like, oh, whoop. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some people do, but I try not to.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. I mean, for sure, some people do, but like, lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
That's a good question. Yeah, no, this Blues Buds really doing something.
No, they do that shit. They do that shit.
I was like, okay, yeah, talk about house 24 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh, then I asked you how can you get started though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about being yourself. That's what it was. Yeah, and finding yourself. Okay, that's what it was. Being yourself, find yourself. No, honestly, like when you're writing music, like when you first start to do it, you have to think like, what do I want to talk about, or what like emotion am I trying to convey, and then that already starts some like self exploration.
No, for sure.
And like, there's like definitely stages to that, because it's like in the very beginning, like you have a lot of dudes that like have like a lot of gun raps, gang affiliated stuff, and they're not about that. They're just like, oh yeah, like the music I like is that, so I'm gonna like talk about something that isn't me. Yeah. So there's that. That's kind of the first stage after that. But then like I got to a point where I was like listening to like some of my music and like trying to figure out like what I want to hear for myself. And then it's like, okay, like there'll be like some songs I have that are just kind of, it's like, oh, okay, I'm fucking bitches. I'm fucking bitches, which I do that in real life.
Say that.
But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really want to like hear about that, like even from myself, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Or like fine. Talking about other people, like, oh, fuck them niggas, or I don't like, or like, a lot of people are talking about that.
Yeah.
And then I feel like maybe in their daily life, it's like they're at odds with people, or like they really have ops. Like that's understandable. Talk about the people who like. But I'm like, like, why am I spending my energy talking about this dude that I don't like? Like, let me just talk about my shit.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, I'm just refocusing in that. Like, so I'm talking a lot about like, just like my mental, being a person who hurts and is tired, like, just like things that I'm thinking, like like through my mind, and like different like phrases and gems that I could use for myself when I listen to it. I still got some turned up shit, which is a little more turned up than what I've had before. So yeah, look out for that.
Hey, which ones? Which ones do you want to hear?
Ooh.
Oh, is it not out yet?
Yeah, no, they're not out. No, I've been sitting on a lot of shit.
Soon?
Yeah, I've been sitting on a lot of shit. I do have a project.
What do you think about? Can we talk about this project, or still in secret mode or something?
Yeah, let's see what I can reveal. It's not that secret. Though,
okay. Okay. So what is this project that's coming?
What I'll say is probably the next project. Again, yeah, and that's part of it. I'm still figuring out the order. I'm like, I want to like kind of drop in a storm where it's like I got this, and there's some right after, like to have like a Brandi season. You know, like I don't want to drop like a project and then peace out for 2 years. Like, I want to kind of do it like in a way where it feels like there's like momentum. But the project that I have that's like near completion is with James Star Beats, who is actually from Newark. Yeah, so fellow person from Newark. Yeah, I try to work with people that I know in real life or that I've at least met and like, you know, not just like sending verses over the internet or stuff like that. Like, I'm still reaching out to like other beat makers, but I'm trying to have mostly with people I know, which is what I've been doing.
Yeah,
like,
you have a project with Zanotelli, huh?
Exactly. Shout out Zanotelli. Gotta hear
that one.
Yeah.
What's it called? Back to the
bunker.
Yes,
yeah.
And that song "Back to the Bunker" is my shit. Bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love the shout out, bro. Hell yeah. So, which artists inspired you growing up?
I mean, other than like Joey Badass, Capital Steez, I feel like, I don't know, I was really into like rock music.
Okay.
So I feel like I wouldn't even necessarily like the rock star, like the front man who's like going crazy, but just like the guitar or bass player who's like doing his shit. Like one person that comes to mind out of nowhere, Cliff Burton.
Shout out Cliff Burton.
From Iron Maiden. He plays bass for Iron Maiden. Usually bass is like, for a lot of genres, it's the most important instrument, but like usually the lowest, it's like no one is really noticing it. Like, but he goes crazy on the bass.
Okay. Cool. Were you a big Guitar Hero player?
I actually was.
I got Guitar Hero at number 3 on the PS3, I think it was, right? Or PS2. It's PS3, I think it was. And all those songs became like iconic songs to me. You know what I'm saying? When I listened, I was like, that was on Guitar Hero 3, and I fucking love that song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like any of those are fair game at karaoke.
Right.
Because, people know them.
Yeah, no, those are great songs.
I was doing a Guitar Hero, and then like when Rock Band came out, it was crazy. Yeah, because we actually had a band, because like, you know, you have your story mode.
Yeah.
You could play multiplayer story mode. So we had a band. So it was like, I would always go to my homie Alex's house. Shout out A. We would go over his crib, and then like me, him, his brother, one of our other friends, like had art. We made our own characters, and I would always play bass. My dude's name was Ethan. The singer's name was Dylan. Like not his actual name, but his singer. Our name was Pink Beards. We were all black dudes with pink beards. Not everyone was black in real life. No one had a pink beard in real life, but that's what it was in the game.
Yeah.
That was on. That could have been the beginning of my music journey, because that's where I was like, you know, trying to like, dream of what like I'm trying to be. Like when dudes play 2K and they're like, oh, I'm gonna make it to the
Do you remember what dreams you had at that age?
Honestly, I did. I wanted to be in a band, like most years. Like junior high and probably early high school. Like I wanted to either be in a band or be in an orchestra. Yeah. Which I was in like the band class like all those years. And then I think like later in high school, I was like, I don't really know what I want to do, but like let me work hard and just like try to get to college. And I, took all the APs and whatever. And even in college, I was like, I'm good with numbers. I still don't know like what I am passionate about, but I ended up majoring in statistics and economics because I'm good with numbers, and I'm like, I need to get a job that makes money. Yeah. So
hell yeah.
There
you go.
And I ended up in affordable housing, which is cool because you actually learn a lot of people end up there. Like there's not a lot of people who are like, from like junior high school, it's like, I want to work in affordable housing, but then some way they get into the industry and it's fulfilling and you're doing good things. So it works out. So I'm glad to be where I'm at.
Hell yeah.
And I work from home, which is beautiful because I get to do what I do in my pajamas. There's no commute, and that allows me more time to chill, decompress, hang out, exercise, and create.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's dope. That's dope. All right. We're going to a section what I like to call caution questions. Okay, wrong one. Nope. Caution questions. Anyways, I don't know. We're still working that out. So I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, right? Like simple questions. Some might be curveballs. But just answer as quick as you can.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Like Family Feud.
Yeah. Take a cheers to that.
Cheers.
I like Family Feud. But there's no points. So, anyways, red or blue?
Blue.
Ice cream category: chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Cake, not just the bread, not the icing.
No, I wasn't called. Yeah, I don't stand strongly with the vanilla. I'm not sure, but it's a quick thing. Yeah,
It's a quick thing.
Anyways,
The cake bread, chocolate or vanilla? Just the bread, not the icing.
chocolate.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Okay. Hot or cold?
Cold.
I heard that. Alcohol or marijuana?
Marijuana.
Ooh. Apple juice or orange juice?
Orange juice.
Odd or even?
Even.
Baseball, football, or basketball?
Basketball.
I heard that. Red wine or white wine?
White wine.
Shout out to my love Tally.
Hey.
Love Tally, white wine. Fly or breathe underwater?
Oh, what was that?
Fly or breathe underwater?
Damn. Breathe underwater.
I heard that. Travel to the future or past? Wait. Hold on, let's backtrack. Why breathe underwater over flying?
I feel like I never really heard that. Like, like people always talk about flying as a superhero. That's like one of the top ones. But I was like, most of our Earth is water.
Yeah.
But honestly, you could just fly over it. So I could go with flying. But I could be with my ocean people. I also like to eat fish, so I could just straight up like catch them a lot easier.
Eat them right in front of them.
Exactly. The raw, like the rawest.
Yeah, the rawest, the freshest, the most naturalist.
Yeah, I think I do breathe underwater.
I heard that. And that's a cool one.
The water's polluted though, so.
It is, huh? Unfortunately.
Yeah, so anyways.
We gotta fix that. All right, wait. Travel to the future or past?
Future, mostly because of slavery.
Yeah, fuck that. Significant other, smart and mean, or dumb and loving?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
This is one of the big curveballs right here.
Dumb and loving.
Yeah?
I need love.
You could be patient with the dumbness?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I mean, like, if a woman is mean for a reason, that's one thing. But if she's just a bitch, then I wouldn't be able to stand that. So I don't like stupid people either, but they're easier to deal with.
I feel that. All right. Would you rather be a professional dancer or singer?
Singer. That's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Be a vampire or werewolf?
I wanted to be a vampire growing up. That was one of my first career aspirations. No shit.
Would
like, actually.
That's what's up.
Yeah, astronaut, vampire.
What made you want to be an astronaut and a vampire?
I always thought space was cool, different planets, aliens, super into aliens growing up, which I do believe are real. But yeah, I found out that it's very hard to be an astronaut. Like, not many people go to space. So even if you're in school for all these years and like you work at NASA or at the space stations, like, you might not go. It's not like everyone's. I think they're sending more people to space now, but
yeah,
it's hard.
I think you could buy a ticket for that, right?
Right, that's different though, I guess, than going on a mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like
you want to
hundreds of
go on
thousands of
missions. So
dollars.
you want to visit new stars and planets and moons and shit.
Exactly. Getting paid to be in space instead of paying.
Remember that, folks. Yeah. Remember that. Getting paid to do it instead of paying someone to do it.
The action might be the same, honestly, but if you set it up the right way, you could make a little bit on the back end or the front end.
I love that. And then vampire. Why vampire?
I think it was just some of the media. There were cool vampire movies. The Little Vampire, that was a classic. Yeah. I mean, Dracula, just the lore of it. There's also the Dracula from Billy and Mandy, which is like, I think he's African American. But yeah, I always thought they were cool. Bats.
That was a good show. It wasn't one of my favorites. It was a good show. Bats. Like, you like the vampires that transform into bats?
Yeah, bats are one of my favorite animals.
Like, not like the Twilight vampires?
Nah.
The ones that shine in the sun?
Well, I mean, honestly, well, I guess like all in all, I'd still want to get pussy. So I'd like to look like a normal person most of the time, like, you know, with not too much hair and all that.
Vampires turn hella ugly.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, but if I could control it, then like, okay, I'll turn into a bat when I need to fly, whatever. But
so I'm a werewolf, right? Like I would choose werewolf for that one. And I kind of like how the Teen Wolf werewolves were. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so like they don't turn into a full on werewolf. They're just they turn half and half in a sense.
Okay.
And that was their werewolf. You know, there are some werewolves that turn into actual like wolves, but most of them were like half wolf, half human type feel to it. But they were considered werewolves, right? But I like that because you don't have to break your bones and lose control. They had control themselves in their wolf form.
And you get to keep your clothes. Like, well, I mean, I guess maybe if you're expanding a little bit, but if you're getting hella big, then you're just gonna rip through them.
A little bit of clothes, that's okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to do the break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then lose conscience of what you do. I'd rather have conscience of what I do. You know what I'm saying? At night. But anyways.
Well, like for werewolves, while we're on it, like is it always controlled by, you know, the moon, or like is it a certain time, or can you control it?
In Teen Wolf, they are stronger during the moon, right? But they could change during whenever they wanted, though.
Okay.
Like to their half man, half human, half wolf form.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Cool. Would you rather have the world end in natural disasters like the movie 2012? Have you seen 2012?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, you know, earthquakes, you know, volcanoes coming from the ground, the earth flooding and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Snowstorms and all that. Would you rather have the world end in that or a zombie apocalypse?
Natural disasters.
Yeah? Why?
I guess there's no one to be really mad at ourselves. Like, we're destroying the earth, and that's why there's more natural disasters happening. If there was a zombie apocalypse, like, then it's like you need to fight someone. When it's the earth, you kind of just have to accept it.
Okay. I like that. That's dope. That's dope. Would you rather burp or fart every 5 minutes?
I think fart, because that's kind of what I already do, but also like burping seems more rude, but actually, no, I don't know what's more rude.
I think a
burping
fart
is
might
more
be
visible, like you see someone coming out of someone's mouth.
Yeah.
The fart, you could hide it too. Oh, was it me?
Yeah,
was it them?
I think the fart has a little bit more of a stigma to it or something. You know what I'm saying? I think
there is more of a smell.
Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, you could at least hide it.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I feel it. Okay. Lastly, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Breakfast is underrated.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm a big breakfast guy.
Oh,
yeah, I like oatmeal, congee. I don't make it for myself, but I'll try out and get it, which is like rice porridge, grits, like all that, eggs, bacon, sausage. Yeah,
I love breakfast. French toast. Come on.
French toast, pancakes.
Toast, look, I love breakfast so much. I like an orange juice and a cup of coffee at the same time.
No, I feel that. I feel like breakfast is weird because it's like there are like certain rules, but there's also
you could fucking fuck up those rules.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Like they're sweet and savory. You could have 6 different things.
You could have
plate
French toast,
it makes
eggs,
sense.
hash browns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't often get dinner plates where you got a lot. Like you get veggies, meat, rice, but then breakfast, like you might have 8 things just for no reason.
Yeah, you want pancakes and maybe 1 French toast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and maybe try out their waffle. You know, while having the omelet.
Exactly.
With a cup of coffee and orange juice.
Exactly. I really be doing that. Like I be having 3 drinks.
Yeah.
And then like a pancake, and then like we're sharing the waffles, and then there's like all this other stuff on the table. It's a beautiful time.
Hell yeah. No, I love breakfast. Dope. Well, Brandi, this is basically it. And then the caution question is at the end of the show, I know, but let the people know where they can find you again.
Well,
right?
You can find me on Instagram, Brandi.Pastel. That's Brandi with an I, so BRANDI .pastel. And I think it's the same thing on Twitter. It might just be Brandi Pastel straight. But if you think I'm worth it, do a little digging. But that's what it's gonna be.
No, he is. Everyone, listen to his music. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, and I'm on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Deezer. I don't know if anyone's on Deezer, but I'm on Deezer.
I've heard it. Is it cool or what?
I feel like if I get my history correct, like I think it was one of the pioneers. Like it's been
there for
a while, but like no one really uses it, but it exists.
You know what I still use sometimes? Dat Piff.
Really? Didn't they shut it down?
There's an app for it, and there's some like old music in there.
Because I've been looking for all the stuff that's on there.
So like but there's also another one called like Mixtapes Downloader or something on an app. So just look for those and you'll find it. But basically that's where I got like, you know, the J. Cole's mixtape, like the warm up, the come up, you know what I'm saying? All those and a lot more. He has a lot of mixtapes. I got the Mac Miller mixtapes on there, the Nipsey Hussle mixtapes, the Kendrick, all TDE's mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? I got Lil Wayne's mixtapes on there that's not on social media platforms, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the kids really don't know about that.
No, bro. Like,
because the thing is, like, if something's not on streaming, like 80% of people are like, I'm never gonna listen to it. I can't find, like, it's not that hard. But
I mean, nowadays I feel like people are more prone to pay and listen because I have Spotify. I would love to hear, you know what I'm saying, those artists that are only on Spotify now. They don't have those free music charts. But the free music charts, I feel like that was the way to do it. Like, you give it out for free until you're proven. I mean, like, I don't know. It's all opinionated, right? But it feels like back then where, like, mixtapes was the thing, you would drop a mix like, look how dope I am. I'll let y'all listen to me for free. Look how dope I am. And you do it again, like, oh, I'm still dope. You know, I'm still giving it free. And then once you have a fan base and you start touring, that's when you charge. You know, I mean,
I guess that's what people kind of had to do. Cause I'm realizing, like, that probably coincided with, like, the advent of the internet. You know, it's like before you had to have a CD. Yeah. People aren't going to listen to it any other way. But now it's like, okay, your shit's going to get shared. People are going to download it for free anyway. So you could just give it out for free. Yeah. And now people aren't even making money off their music anyway. Yeah. So the game is fucked up.
I mean, it's different. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I guess if you go the traditional, like, you know, streaming, like, because like I was saying, like, certain people only stream things. So it's like, you're not making money that way. Yeah. But if you want to make some, then you got to find another way, but have that be like the alternate.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's pretty easy having those. I mean, I think I still need to figure out my ASCAP and all that, but I got the DistroKid part down and the BMI part down, but I need to work on those. I don't know if I should be saying this. Anyways, yeah, so that's dope. Is there anything that's coming up for Brandi Pastel that you want to let everyone know about?
Well, I think, like I said earlier, I do got a project that is like practically finished, but I don't want to put a timeline on anything. I want to like, because I don't want to rush into anything, whether that be the music itself or even promotion. Like, I want to like have it planned. So I want to have like, once I have all my shit ready for like this project and probably even maybe the next two, then I'm going to like very consciously drop it in the way that I want. So it's for sure gonna come out this year. I'm gonna do at least 2 projects this year.
Do you know what season? Can we know the season that you're thinking of?
Well, I'm about to go to Southeast Asia for a month. So after that is when I'm gonna like wrap it up. So I guess, I don't want to put a date on it, but I will say spring or summer for sure.
Okay, so it's coming up.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Hey, the new Brandi Pastel, you could find it on all streaming platforms and all the ones he said. He said SoundCloud. He said YouTube. He said Deezer. That's the one I come crazy. All right, well, bro, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
I had a great time. And yeah, love it. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe the Jab Unity YouTube channel and other streaming platforms. And we'll see you on the next one.